Alright, hopefully everything will be cooperative on YouTube and Twitch's end. Does look like we are a go. So, a couple things going on right now. First up, the All Access Pass is back for the holidays, so it gives us a chance to try out some of the new decks in the format. Honestly, wasn't really sure where we were going to go with the bannings and the unbannings, which obviously had a huge impact on the format, not the least of which is the deck in front of you. And then the unbannings, which were obviously huge, whether it was Splinter Twin, Mox Opal, Green Sun Zenith, Faithless Looting, all potentially having some level of impact on the format. One Ring got banned, Amped Raptor got banned, and Gigantha got banned. All of which were cards that used to be in Boros Energy. This list was by Milliken a couple days ago in a league. I started a league already, but I'll get into those results in a minute. But just wanted to run down some of the changes that have gone to some of the energy variants. Some of them are running Thalia, the little happy dog. We're not running that in this version, but we are running a lot of the other energy staples. Still running Ocelot Pride and Goddess Souls, some number of Ragavans here. Just to get the pressure rolling early. Gal Blast, Bolt, and Static Prison to kind of try to tempo your opponent a little bit, remove their blockers. And then Ajani being the cat's paw that it is, cat's meow that it is. Couple Goblin Bombardments to help flip your Ajani, chuck things at your opponent. Pairs quite nicely in a lot of situations. And it's pretty much the 1 and 2 drops. As far as the 3 drops, 4 Flage. I'm honestly surprised Flage didn't get the axe if they were looking to take energy down a peg, but considering the sheer number of unfair things that they banned, might be a bit of a struggle to be a fair deck in the format right now. 4 copies of Season Pyro have kind of it's a battle between this and Fable the Mirror Breaker, which one is the better card overall in terms of card advantage / card selection. You know, the old One Ring slot used to be Fable. Season Pyro plays quite nice with Thalia. It puts some bodies on the board. If you play this while Hellbent, it draws you 2 cards. You can play it back from the graveyard to get some tokens, etc. And then a couple copies of Blood Moon because, well, you know, Urza Saga is still a thing. Amulet Titan's still a thing. Eldrazi kind of disappeared, which is kind of scary, but I think they'll be back at some point. As far as the sideboard, you'll know it's heavily slanted towards the artifact decks. 3 Stony Silence, 3 Meltdown, as well as 2 copies of Wear Tear. All kind of target the artifact decks. Wear Tear also serving double duty against Splinter Twin. 3 copies of Skyclave Apparition, needing just a little bit more removal, as well as bodies. And then 3 Soul God Lantern because Faithless Looting was unbanned. In addition to things like Roya's Vengeance and those kind of things popping around. And the 3rd copy of Blood Moon in situations where that is relevant. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to get to in the next couple weeks. I think it runs through January 2nd, so, but with the holidays, work coming up, etc., I'm not sure how much I'll get to of the new stuff, but we will certainly give it a go to try to at least touch on as many of the new archetypes and such. This hand looks decent, so we'll try it. Looks like we're up against good old-fashioned Zoo. Really wasn't sure how this matchup goes. I got Souls. I think we get our pressure down this turn. Next turn, if they play Scion, I think we still go Ajani and then go from there. basic planes. Play out a Johnny. Okay. Interesting that they're fetching. Flagy? Nope. Charlotte's agent. Ah, I see. So how do I approach this here? Take care of Rhino. Yes. I like to use its ability, yes. Another set of rhinos. Shocker. We'll hit a Flagy. Guess that's good enough. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question is, do they go face or do they go at a Johnny? Alright, there's nothing we can do about a Johnny there. Do I hear a third round of rhinos? Unfortunately, we do. They have Brotherhoods in Maine too? Wow. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're one short. Six, 7, So. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I think we have Exactsies. Okay. Never give up. Never surrender. Skyclave doesn't hit tokens. Wear Terror might be okay. Doesn't really feel like a Blood Moon matchup. Silence isn't, or Stony Silence isn't great. And Lantern Control. So just do this, I guess. Guess we keep this hand, although it is a bit removal heavy, I guess you could say. Well, we could have Fire Ice here, so, and Brotherhood's End that we saw on their deck, so we probably don't really want to commit a whole lot to the board right now. And Leyline Binding and any other number of removal spells, so. Get in for one. Okay. We're gonna have Leyline Binding here, possibly. Nope. Feel like we're getting Brotherhood's Ended. do that, or a bunch of rhinos, but tapping that much red mana, it's Brotherhood's End. Mm-hmm. Okay. Notably, they did not fetch white mana, so dismember. Okay. Shouldn't even have killed that, honestly. Okay. Here come more run. Oops, Scion of Draco. Okay. Creature. Okay, and pass. So they got white mana, which will put them to 4. Yep, I guess they have basic. So here comes Leyline Binding. one card. Okay, they're risking going on the offense. Pass. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see if we can surveil a Flasion of the Yard. Elegant. Only one elegant parlor in this build. Okay. To 11. Got rhinos too. Yep. We attack, can I survive the crackback? Don't think so, but I also don't think I'm winning the race either, so guess we have to hope they get overly conservative for some reason. You've got to be careful because something like Flage here would be lethal. So they're going to have to chump. But if they attack with everything, we're just dead. Yep, they choose not to play around the removal spells, so... We don't draw anything anyway. I think my one mistake that game was getting a little too overzealous with killing the Shardless Agent. Like, going all in on the Guide of Souls was certainly a risk. We'll try it. But I do think that was a play that could have potentially won if I hadn't gone after the Shardless Agent, which was effectively on that battlefield almost useless with the Galvanic Discharge, or if I'd used the Discharge, not going after the Shardless, maybe targeting it, but not actually using the energy. God, how annoying Subtlety is to play against. Pitch, Fire Ice. Honestly, I think it would have been better just to Fire Ice or a Johnny, but whatever. They wanted to go with the tempo play. They about to do what I think they're... Nope, that looks like it's going to be Fire Ice. It's unfortunate. I'm going to say, are they going to risk a Leyline Binding? I would prefer Leyline Binding, but... Wow, really? Interesting. I don't know that I would have Petty Theft a Johnny there. the 10. Pana's got rhinos on top of rhinos on top of rhinos. Goddess souls change the situation. One gets to his for 5. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Sure. Yeah, Jan. Who knows if any of them will cause problems? Um, I think they needed to do something to bolster the artifact decks. I think Twin was a fine unban. It's annoying to play against on some level, but and I think that GSZ is an interesting tool for Amulet, having lost the One Ring. And I think I've seen like Keith's combo come up out of it, and some people have been trying it in Yawgmoth, which had fallen off. Then Faithless Looting isn't opened up creativity and Phoenix and some other stuff, so honestly, if they got the right balance on energy, which is debatable considering the amount of results I see energy still putting up, it is, I mean, that's like 93 different decks, so like it feels like the format may have opened back up some. My only concern is, will energy continue to be... Lantern's popped up now and again. I don't know how good it is, but it's popped up now and again. Keep this. The thing is, they pointed out with Mox Opal is there's so many powerful anti-artifact things. Like, people obviously playing things like Meltdown in the sideboards, etc. I think the format, if they got the balance right on energy, and people just don't automatically gravitate back towards energy being the best deck, which it may very well be despite the bannings. There's a chance that you get a cyclical thing going with Chalice on one. Yay. I mean, this is fair magic, right? Yeah, the Sire of Seven Deaths. I'm honestly surprised we weren't into Eldrazi, but hopefully they don't play anything crazy here. I mean, they get one colorless mana, which is kind of annoying, but... What a fun game of Magic we get to play. Yeah, the only concern with Zenith is the presence of... Oh, they have Karn. Fantastic. Both decks playing obviously at peak efficiency between Blood Moon and Chalice. Not even sure what they get here. Snaring Bridge, maybe? What's the concern? I think it's too early to tell. Opal and Looting have the highest risk of the unbanned cards. And then there's also the risk that... risk that they haven't gone far enough with energy. I find it really funny that my opponent's complaining about Blood Moon on fair card on turn 3 when they played a Chalice for 1 on turn 1. I mean, we got... So... attack with everything. See if they block. Alright, so Skyplave maybe comes in. Blood Moon and the Wear Tears probably come in. Lanterns, nothing. Stony Silence. I mean, obviously they have artifacts, but yeah, and that's just it. Is if energy is balanced with the rest of the format. I'm not even saying it's not even the best deck in the format, but if energy was knocked down just enough, and Opal, looting. I mean, could you imagine a format where Reanimator's a thing, Eldrazi's a thing, Is It Phoenix is a possibility, Splinter Twin's a possibility, Yawgmoth combo, Kethis combo, Amulet Titan, Mardu Energy, Yawgmoth, I think I already mentioned, the Affinity decks, Hardened Scales. You could be on the precipice of a very interesting format if they got the balance right on energy. Alright, so probably take the bolts out. And I'm curious what else I board out here. I need to cut one more. Maybe one store the Static Prison. I think the difference. So the Kaladesh cards were more about value and synergy. The energy cards that exist in modern MH3 are more about efficiency and just outright power. Alright, well, we just change which card we're playing on turn 1. Turn 3 Tron. Sure. It's possible I should be actually playing these out or using the treasure tokens in case they had Karn. Okay, well, Wasn't sure if they had very stronger with your side. I mean, I think no matter what, they're dead here unless they have, like... Doesn't seem like they have Kazi's command. Well, the problem with Aetherworks Marvel isn't the power of Marvel, it's the consistency. There's really no easy way to find Aetherworks Marvel and consistently spin it. Because the original energy cards were just clunky and not even efficient enough for Pioneer. A buddy of mine, I forget what his streaming tag was, but a buddy of mine and myself worked on Aetherworks Marvel for a little while. And I think the conclusion was just Modern was too fast and you weren't consistently getting big hits. And I think I saw some people trying to work with Marvel during the early stages of Energy before people realized just at how busted this red or white-based red energy shell was, whether it's Mardu or just Boros. And I think there was really some concern that, or people were trying to get that to work, and it just, the consistency continued to be the problem. Like, Marvel is powerful, but there's just, like, no consistent energy shell to get it, at least in, like, Modern or even to a lesser extent Pioneer. But we're going back to Kaladesh again, I think, sometime soon, so maybe there'll be more energy cards. Maybe that'll make it, like, viable in Pioneer or something. So I think the TLDR on this deck is... So I've picked up a lot of the pieces for Energy. I think the deck is still good to very good. My one loss in the league that we played, well, not tonight, but the league I played over 2 nights, was to Splinter Twin. So I think the trick with Energy is going to be finding the right balance of all the different unfair decks. Because now, in addition to, like, Storm and Amulet and Eldrazi, you've got Splinter Twin, which, yes, is a fair deck, but it is also a combo deck. You also have the reanimation style decks, whether it's the Murktide Oculus deck, whether it's just Genuine Reanimator, etc. I think the format is set up to be very, very interesting, and we'll see, like, how things balance out. I think going forward, I'll probably be focusing on Energy once this All Access Pass wears off, just because I know the deck, I think, is going to continue to be good. Whether it is bannable good, we'll find out in 3 months, but I think in the meantime, I am cautiously excited about the format. So, Jan, I want to thank you for hanging out. I hope everybody that is catching this later has a wonderful Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you might celebrate. Yeah, Modern's in an interesting place. I hope it remains good. I hope Energy doesn't become... I mean, I shouldn't even say the best deck. I hope Energy doesn't become so dominant that it's all people play again. And I really hope that's what we avoid, because that format was miserable. Now, as for the fate of Burn and Prowess, unfortunately, I think both those decks are going to suffer with the plethora of new turn 3 decks existing. And once again, kind of the same problem that Energy has, that how to divide your sideboard properly. So, anyways, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight, and I hope